Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Blitz Punisher, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing the KPZ 70. I want to go over the statistics of the vehicle. I want to look at the some battles that I did in this vehicle and give you guys an opinion on this vehicle. So starting off with the hit points, we've got 2,132 hit points. The main armor on the front of the turret's 210 mils thick. On the sides it's going to be 95, and on the rear it's going to be 63. On the front of the hull, 125 mil thick. On the side, 94 and 62 on the rear. 15% chance of fire, 276 meters of view range. Concealment's bad. Um, let's see here. Damage per minute's alright at 2,108. Reload time is 16 seconds. Penetration for your standard rounds, 257 mils. For your premium, 350. And for your high explosive, 97. The average alpha damage for your standard rounds, 560. 490 for the premium shell, and 640 alpha for the high explosive. And then you got a 4-second aiming time, 4.1. Dispersion at 100 meters, 0.296. You got gun elevation of 15 degrees and depression of 7, so not the most flexible. Forward speed, top speed forward is going to be 40 kilometers, and in reverse at 15. Average speed is 32. Weighs 50 tons, has a power to weight to 16.4. And terrain crossing capacity is going to be 99, 91, and 64. So I want to look at some replays of this vehicle and give you guys my opinion on this vehicle. I just played 2 battles in a row, just shooting from the hip, really to show you guys what this vehicle can and can't do. My personal opinion on this vehicle, I think that this vehicle is a little bit lackluster in some areas. Like the armor, to me, is a little bit lacking. It doesn't do bad when you go up against tier 8s. It actually handles itself fairly well up against tier 8s. But if you go against tier 10s, I mean, this vehicle it comes apart. I mean, that's just how it is. There ain't nothing you can do about it. I think that it needs at least an armor buff on the turret and so forth, which you'll see in the next game. I'll get into that in the next game. So, up against us in this battle, we've got, it's a tier 9 and tier 8 battle. Tier 9s, we've got the Bat Chat 25-ton AP and the Brigetto C50. The BC Bar Squad, the Caliban, the Chieftain T95, Object 252U, and T26 T4. So, as you guys can see here, I did get a nice shot off. I do get pinned back though. Not a big deal. Wasn't that much. Now you'll see here where I feel like this gun is just very, I don't know what that shot was. I don't know. That should have pinned all day long. I caught the edge of his lower plate, and it gave me a track shot. So, not sure about that. But like I said, I feel like this thing comes apart more when you get it up into tier 10s. I feel like it kind of struggles with tier 8s, but not bad. It can handle its own. Get a nice shot into the Caliban. At this point, I'm just trying to just do the best I can. And I, at this point, only have one guy with me, and that's the T77. There is 2 of them on the rear. And I, at this point, am wanting help because our team just scattered out, spread out, and we have one AFK sitting in the base. We look clear here. So at this point, I'm getting frustrated because it's essentially 2. Now here comes the 3rd one. He comes in to help us out, but they should have never been there to start with. I don't know how they got all the way around us. They wouldn't have been able to do that if it would have just been... If it would have just been all the heavies pushing on this side, but it didn't happen that way. So at this point, the Lowie's asking for help, so I'm going to try to push around. I don't see anybody. Nobody spotted that I know of. There's the Bat Chat. I'm going to put one into the rear. Unfortunately, it low rolls. It's so disappointing when you have such a high alpha gun and it trades pretty much the same as all your other 400 shotguns. It's kind of frustrating, to say the least. And then the Caliban rolls up behind me and drops an 850 shell in the rear of my vehicle and takes out 850. So that was the end of my game, but almost a necessary push to give my team the confidence that they needed to be able to finish this battle out. So let's see the end result. Alrighty, so here we are at the end result. We were able to pull out a win and 2,214 damage. Really not that good of a vehicle, honestly. This is my opinion on it. I have a hard time with this vehicle. I I don't see, and you'll see why. This battle will prove it to you. It just don't, to me it don't hold up. That's my biggest thing. The armor doesn't hold up. It doesn't have a bad gun. It doesn't have none of those things, but it's just the armor don't hold up to me, and it can be very frustrating to deal with. So up against this, we got the FE215B183, the FE215B Octopus, the M60 Rocketeer, the VK90.01P, and then we have the WZ111 5A, the Jag Tiger, and the T30. So I am going to push the heavy flank as usual and see what I'm able to do. So our Sheridan Sidewinder, he's running on up there. They spot about, I don't know, all 7 of the enemy teammates and just decides to get himself blowed up instead of pulling back. So we're down a guy already. So this is World of Tanks Blitz teams for you. 1 man down. So now it's a 6 versus 7 at this point. I've already been hit pretty hard. Like I said, you'll notice why I get frustrated with this vehicle. It does not hold, to me it don't hold up. It doesn't have enough flexibility. It's nice when you can hit people with that big of a gun, but the flexibility of the vehicle and the armor, the non-flexibleness in the armor is annoying. Yeah, you got 7 degrees, but it's not good enough to work all these ridge lines. I get pinned again, and by at that point my turret was head on. The Jag Tiger pins me. I get pinned inside of the turret, right in the weak spot. Actually, no, that was right through the front of the turret. There you go. So both shots so far have pinned my side cheeks of the turret. To me, it don't hold up. It's just too frustrating to me. Now I'm getting shot in the rear. My team at this point's already falling apart. There's no pulling this one out. I get the clearing shell on the Rocketeer. And at this point, I'm in a bad spot, so I'm going to try to go around and see what I can do, because I'm not doing anything as I'm sitting. And from the time from where I just left to the time I get up here, my team completely falls apart. But it is what it is. I mean, that's just part of the game. I take all forever 4 seconds to aim in. I get one in on the lower plate. Now, fortunately, I am able to bounce that one because he hits me on the gun mantlet, which I believe if he would have hit me in the turret, he could have been able to go through, most likely. I mean, you can see the 2 giant holes right through the front of the turret. But, alright, so I can't do nothing there because I know if I repoke, I'm going to die. And like I said, I turn around to go back, and they're all dead except for the 183 hammer. It just can be really frustrating, especially against tier 10. It's kind of messed up. So the Jag Tiger was able to finish me off, and then they finish off the hammer. So, alright, let's see what the end result was. 1,960 damage. 1 destroyed, and damage 3, only blocked 1 shot. This is the problem I have with this vehicle. I was able to end up second on the team. I mean, it's just got 1 natural weak spot, obviously the lower plate, and this whole side sticking out right here. That whole thing's weak. But when you go up against tier 10s, for the most part, your whole upper plate's open, your lower plate's open, this is open, and depending on who you're facing up against, even the sides are opened up. Not to mention if they pull out premium shells. To me, this vehicle don't hold up. It's got a nice hitting gun and stuff, but if the armor don't hold up on a heavy tank, then what good are you to your teammates, and what good are you on the battlefield? I don't like this vehicle. It annoys me to play because the armor don't hold up. That's my biggest thing. It needs better armor, and it needs it's got the mobility and all those things going for it, but it needs the armor, and it needs to be able to have a little bit more flexibility, or even just the armor. Just the armor alone would make a difference if they couldn't get through the side of the cheeks at all and through the upper plate at all. And then make this a little bit harder where they have to use gold to pin here. I could see that. But for me, it don't hold up. And for me I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. They are selling this vehicle in the shop for $30, and my opinion on this vehicle is, to me, it sucks. right now, at least in the current state. It sucks. After the calibrated shells, before the calibrated shells update, this vehicle was a beast. But now that they've done the calibrated shells update, it's bad. I don't like this vehicle at all. I mean, when you're playing against tier 8s, you do okay, but tier 10s, you're gonna fall apart. There's no getting around it. And they are selling it, like I said, for $30 right there in the shop. And I'm pretty sure you can get it with gold. I'm not 100% sure. Let me go down to the vehicles and see if you can pick him up for gold. Don't look like it. Okay, no. So they're just selling for 30 US dollars. My opinion, this vehicle's not worth it. I wouldn't waste the time on it. I wouldn't buy it. The armor don't hold up, and that's just it. If it don't hold up in a heavy tank, you're worthless to your team. So you'll get the occasional bounce, but for the most part, it's annoying. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.